All right, so this is kind of I know there really hasn't been a video for a while because I've been busy. I had to play a wedding yesterday, so I learned a lot of songs. It's probably about 70 or 80 total. We didn't do them all, but I learned them and charted them. So now I'm good. It was fun. It was very intense though. We had a tornado coming down, and we never had a sound check, so the whole wedding came inside. There was supposed to be all this preliminary stuff. They had, a little string duo, and they had a sax player, and they were supposed to do like cocktail hour and all this stuff outside, and everything got moved in because it was crazy, man. I'm not even kidding you. Maybe I'll put in a little quick video right here. Look at this. They're pulling the whole wedding in. They said it's circulating over this event. Like there's a tornado possible. Look at this. Holy shit.
Never know what you're gonna get on a Bueller gig. Could be Sasquatch.
Right. But yeah, whoa. But so I have to just recheck my cab because I moved my Peloton bike in there and I slid the cab over a little bit. The mics were on a little carpet, so I was able to just slide them, and I put tape on it, so it should be pretty much the same. And then also a couple things I learned yesterday at the gig. Well, one thing, so I use these yellow Tortex picks, and I think I've said this before. Like, if you'd have asked me when I was a kid, like, oh, when you get older, like 60, which seems like a million years, like, I don't feel it. I'm actually going to be 61 in 2 days. I mean, what would be the hardest thing about playing guitar? I would never have known it, but holding the pick. I don't know if it's a little neurological or just, I don't know. But what I've noticed is when these picks are brand new, I can hold them really good. And they smooth out over, I don't know, maybe an hour or so of playing. And then I have to toss them. I mean, I can keep them for the studio, but even then, I'm just tired of them. See, like this one's the one this one I used all morning yesterday to prep for the show, and then I used one at the show, and then I had played all leading up to the show, and then we did the first set, and then it was already slippery, so I tossed it and grabbed another one. But they're definitely better like when they're new because they're more like buckskin. And then there's also these. These are the Jim Dunlop 88 Tortex, and they are like ribbed for his ability to hold it. And they're cool. I can maybe hold these a little better sometimes, but they're warmer sounding. I like the yellow ones better. We do a lot of like funk and disco, and they're more like, they're just gnarlier. Couple things too about the gig that I learned. So I brought the FM9. So anybody that knows, the FM9 has the ability to I'm sure it's recording. To the button can either you hit the button and it does one function. You hit and hold it for a second, it does another function. Sounds great. I don't like it, and I realized it yesterday at the gig. It only lights up when you hit the pressed one, the first, the press it, not the hold. And I think that I at one point had accidentally hit one on the hold. Sorry, my allergies are just killing me. And it was the delay, and it was on, and I couldn't figure. Oh man! So that was one thing. And then I realized, like, I don't need a lot of stuff live. I've got 3 amp scenes. Crunch, edge, and clean, overdrive, solo boost. I've got a chorus, echo, and my capo, and then the one in the further down is tap tempo, the far right tap tempo, or if I hold it, that's my tuner. That's cool. But the other one I had like chorus with delay under it, and I had rotary with this under it. I had this one. Forget it. So in between the sets, I brought my laptop, I plugged it in, and I'm like sitting on my knees. I have the drummer there holding the laptop, and I'm like with my in-ears, and I'm making some changes. And I simplified it, and it's so much better. Also, I had a volume pedal. I had it set up for volume pedal, which is like a church thing. But I'm like, these gigs, man, they're just like, they want you to just solo into the end. I'm like, man, let's get a wah-wah going on here. At least, I get a little of that, get a little slash, Kirk Hammett going on. So I switched that out, actually, this morning. But the layout is great. It's so much better. One thing I did notice at the gig, and it could be just the way the in-ears with this band are, it just felt so dry. Like, I have basic reverb on my... Well, you know what? We're going to go over to the FM9. So we'll talk about it being dry and some ideas with that, and then also the other thing. I played so much the last 2 weeks prepping for this, and my playing is a lot better. But I'm not. I need to get serious back into playing guitar, and like I have True Fire. I need to get the funk thing better. I'm pretty good, but I start to run out of gas, and there's certain things that my hand just like, even that solo in Kiss, like, it's because some of it's up, stroke, down, stroke. Anyway, that's personal note, what I learned. But we're going to go into that. Right now, I'm into my JCM800 with the 2 mics on the cab. We're just going to check phase and just get a sound. And this also, I realized something. So the guy that runs this band he's a mixer. He's old. He was a student of mine when he was a kid in Hollywood. Like, that's how I've known the dude a long time. But he's like a professor of mixing at Belmont. Professor. He runs part of the music. I don't know. But he said something about like he said a couple of things during the first set about like, feels like there's a lot of low end, like maybe too much low end and not enough top. So during the break, I put an EQ on the here's the FM9 side. I put an EQ, and he was there with me, and we boosted a little 2K, a little 4K, and then tapered down from like 125. I mean, you could taper off, obviously, 131. Now, sometimes when you kill these sections, it does change the sound, even though in theory there's really nothing going on there. There is, I don't know, but this also gets me to thinking a little bit about Leon Todd, and this is all going to tie into this amp, what we're going to do right now. Because like Leon Todd, like his TV Mix 7 IR, it seems bright to me. It's cool, but and I use it, but it does sometimes feels bright to me. But then like yesterday, the last couple of days, I've been thinking like, kind of leading up to this, and then like maybe that is better, because you think about like to me, Pete Thorne sometimes is too. It feels bright. It feels bright to me, but maybe I'm learning, right? We're all learning, right? I don't know about anybody else. I'm still learning, and I've been doing this my entire life. I've been playing guitar since 10 years old. By the time I was 14, I was playing like 6 hours a day. Like, like I'm a lifer. I've been in it all my whole life. So, but I keep learning, and that's what's important, I think, about this, is that we do have to stay humble, because people throw around like their knowledge is gospel a lot on the internet, and I've become more and more leery of people like that. And the other thing too, oh man, I'm just getting into all this stuff. So I haven't done, I used to love YouTube, and I just don't anymore. It's the music thing. It's just, I don't know, man. I've said this before, but it just feels like everything's a sales thing, and it just is tiring. And every week the new overdrive pedal. Like, does the world need another overdrive? Like, okay, if you can't, like, oh my God. Oh, especially when you make records, you realize, like, the general public, a lot of these things don't impact the reality of music making. To me, they really don't, man. Nobody would know the difference, and a mixer's gonna make it sound like his vision for it, and as a guitar player, you have a vision. It's like if there's a little more low end on the Analog Man, whatever this thing is called, the King of Tone, than the Maxon. Well, if I use the Maxon and I want a little more low end, I would boost it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just be careful with all this. Just be careful. But anyway, thinking about all this stuff with this maybe too boomy, so this is the two mics on the cab, and they are it's been moved. So we're gonna check it out. This is my new JCM800, a 2004 Stockeroonie. That just sounds nice. Well, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Slant 800. And I am using my Epi, but I've really been just back digging on this guitar. I love this guitar. Seymour Duncan's, it's cool. Let's check it out. That sounds so nice. I think that, there's, I talked about, I say the same stuff, man. Not a lot of things going on here, but I think here you go. Yeah, maybe a sample off. No big deal. All right, so let's take a listen to it, though. So the first mic here is the first mic here is the 57 on, I think, it says it here, on the Vintage 30. And the second mic is the M160 on the Greenback. So let's take a listen real quick to the Vintage 30. Yeah, it's nice. And the M160 on the Greenback. Yeah. Huh? All right, let's just play for a second, and I'll hit a couple pedals. So this is the 808 right here. It's so like nice. Here's the red side of the King of Tone. More gurky, more Yeah, more like a and then back to the 808. The 808 feels more transparent. It just sounds like an enhanced version of the JCM800. Yeah, yellow side of the King of Tone. Yeah, and now just the old 800. Whew. All right, I think my placement's good. Yeah, let's go down here when it kind of came together. I think this is probably the 808 and probably the red. Yeah, fatter, nice. I don't know where. I didn't drop any markers, so I'm not sure of any of this. And then just the raw amp. And you know, as much as I do miss sometimes the old Cameron mod, it was really nice. Oh, yeah, try to let that go. But I think this is actually better. I had such a, I'd had that thing for so long, and it was such a kind of life changer at the time. But I got to be honest with you, I was barely using it the last year because the Jose thing of it, the mod, that it's just kind of useless to me for what I do. It was too, and it wasn't even that it was too gainy. It gave the amp like a hyper sound or something, and more compression, whatever you want to say. It just sounded strange. Not strange, just the 77 just worked better almost all the time, if not all the time. So here is my here, I'll open this up so you can see it. So here is my FM9. See, this is the thing. I added a little extra too. This is just my not generic, but this is just the reverb that's on all the time. Because originally I was really dry, and then a couple of people were like, "Oh yeah, because like in a natural amp, like if the amp's bone dry, I play dry a lot. If the amp was dry, there's reverb because it's in the room. With this, it's a little different thing because and the in-ears did feel really weird last night. Felt like super dry, and I added more. So here's like my basic sound. Here's my crunch sound. No pedals, right? It's too much. Wait a second. Yeah, it's too much. See, the gig kind of messed me up. Yeah, I think I had it like 11.1 for some reason. I remember that. That seems like a lot, but in a live setting, that's not a lot. Because again, if you had an amp, you would be getting the room making all this noise. So, and the in-ears did feel weird yesterday. That feels like this feels to me bright, or like almost like a mid-range to it. That's bugging me. Let me open this up. Let me get rid of this. Delete. Right. See, it's that bump, that 2K bump, and I'm wondering if I go back to here, because we were in the heat of the moment. Maybe I don't like the 2K at all. Maybe I'll give it like 1 at 8K, a little bit like a little Chris Sordell. Yes, I like that. It's a little bit. Maybe I'll bring this down a little bit to 16. Now, my instincts, that feels bright, but maybe I'm wrong. Here's my my edge of breakup. And here's like my clean little chorus. That's the chords in that Dua Lipa song, "Don't Stop Me" or something. Oh, I love it. I think Dua Lipa is incredible. I just think there's just something about her whole vibe, her voice. The production on that song is it's very amazing. To me, it's like it's amazing, and there's like, and I don't know if I'd say if it was unique, or it's just I'm not familiar with it. I read a little bit about it, and they were talking about like they were crossing with some different like DJ styles. I don't know. Very cool. I love that stuff. You look up here, you'll see like scene 03 is Edge. If I come here, you'll see it switches to crunch. So you can hear, here's the crunch. Edge. Matchless DC30. The other is a matchless D30. Yeah, the same. It's better. I need a little bit more. Right? So now if I come here, I'll save that where I'm at. Crunch. That's fine. I mean, you know. So now if I'm in crunch, I go, also got a drive block. See, it doesn't feel super dry. It felt so dry in the ears. I couldn't figure out what it was. Got also a lead boost. So like this. feels bright to me, but man, Dave said that. I guess you're at a big hall, right? What do I know? Just some guy. Anyway, and now here's my echo. It's a little bit much for leads, though. That I will say. So, because I used it, and it was like, oh, here's the big echo thing. I don't know. It felt a little. Let's go 15%. Because I'm not going to worry about it being like echo for a song like U2. It's just quarter note. I think that's better. Yeah, that's close enough for rock and roll, right? Chord. Trem. And I've got the capo. So this is interesting. So if I click it on, half step down. And if I hold it, do a hold, it goes down 2. You'll see here, you see the shift, -1, flat, G, or no, yeah, right? And then it can keep going. 3. Dave had, the band leader says, hey, do you have one of those drop pedals? And I'm like, no, but I have the virtual capo on the unit. He says, yeah, definitely, like, we may use it, because sometimes we have all these ideas, and then the girl singer comes, and she's like, oh, I can't do that song in F. I got to do it in, D or something, whatever. So he's like, I said, it's only set for a half step. He's like, that should be all right, maybe. Anyway, I went on it, and I remember seeing a video from Cooper Carter, and he goes into how, this is FM9 nerd stuff, but you set, no, here it is in the, where am I? Here. Right? No. Here. So you set up the press down for the pitch, but then you do your hold and you set it for channel incline, decline, and then you go lower, low limit is A, upper limit 4, or D. So each one of these is considered 1 down. It just doesn't matter. I mean, this is just purely, fractal stuff, but it is not. Standard half step. So anyway, I just want to show you that. I think that's good. Think I have a little bit of the gate. I turned the gate off for the church stuff because of all the volume swells, all the little dainty things. I can't run the risk of it, sputtering out. So there it is, and like you hear that, this feels like maybe a lot of reverb, but not really. Size 48. Let's go 45. Yeah, it gives a, just because again, save. Just again because it is a direct signal, and the in-ears thing was definitely weird. So anyway, that's... We were in a tornado yesterday. It went from just being, your run-of-the-mill Nashville crappy weather to like what seemed like 50-mile-an-hour winds in a minute. It was just like boom, boom. Then all of a sudden it was there, and then it was like people came in and they're like, "Hey, the clouds above the venue are circling. They're starting to circle." So that's why we didn't have a sound check, because this was at about, I don't know, 4:30. Our sound check was set at 5. By 5 o'clock, this place was completely packed, not just with people, but they were bringing in tables from the outside. They were bringing in the bar from the outside. They were bringing in, there was a table for charcuterie. Like, everything was now in. So, band leader's like, yeah, let's not blow their minds. Anyway, I don't know what the name of this video would be or what it is, but it was a lot of stuff. Yeah, I was really doing good with the funk stuff, Name that tune. Turn this down. That's all I can't do. Once I'm with the band, I can do it. It's really odd. All anticipated. Singing it. We are fans.
Oh, hey, Bubba. I just wanted to make sure that Bubba was...
Oh, okay. All right. Kind of the video of no videos, but I haven't been on, and I wanted to make sure the cab was good. Boy, that 800 does sound nice. Return to the life of the 800. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is a 2004 JCM800. It was Zach Wish's. Yeah, it's got the killer effects loop, which I love. And he put brand new electroharmonic EL34s on it, and he said that he biased it a little hot. He says, I like the way that sounds. Something to do with the chewiness of it or something. Whatever. I wrote it down. I saved it. That's like that. I like that. Whatever he did, that's right on. It looks like literally brand new. It looks like it's like I bought it yesterday new. It's definitely been like kept in a rack in the house. Yeah, it does sound fantastic. Man, it's just lights out. I like it better here. Whatever that was. So, anyway, there you go. My wife's taking all the kids to see the... What is it? The Minecraft movie. I'm not going to go. I'm tired. I just kind of want to do my own thing today, so we'll take it. Yeah, there you have it. Yesterday? No. Friday was our 16-year wedding anniversary, so I'm going to take my wife out to dinner. Last down was down 8.5 pounds. So it's going good. Yeah, there you go. This is a whole bunch of updates. Kind of the video of a bunch of nothing.